An effort is underway to reverse declining voter turnout in elections for the European Union's Parliament. The overall goal of the Act, React, Impact campaign is to stop the long-term slide in voter participation that began in 1979. The campaign has two major objectives: educate voters about what the European Parliament does and emphasize the importance of their vote. A member of Austria's parliament, Othmar Karas, is heading the campaign.
Wenn sie genau wissen, welche Rolle das Parlament.
Once they know what the parliament is all about, they will be prepared to take part in the election because they can be sure that their vote will have an effect. What we need is a high turnout because it makes us stronger as members of parliament. Since there is a connection between information, communication, and participation, we have to do what we can to reduce the deficit of information and the distortion of reality. Lots of people take guided tours of the European Parliament every year. Some say they will vote in the next election. Others say they won't.
Je ne compte pas voter parce que ça fait à peu près 5 ans.
I am not going to vote because for 5 years I haven't voted, not even for national elections, because I am convinced it has absolutely no impact. And for the European election, it is even worse because we have the impression of not being listened to by the elected officials in Europe. So I will not vote.
Well, people, I think they are not against European Parliament, but for voting and these things, they are not so much interested. But yes, I think that common people think that European Parliament is a very good organization.
The drop in voter participation has come even though the European Union has grown from 9 members to 27. The low voter turnout is a crisis of legitimacy caused by a political system that is essentially incomprehensible to voters, according to Pascal Delwitt. He is a professor in the political science department at Liberty University in Brussels.
Si vous avez dans le temps une diminution de la participation.
If over time you have a reduction in the rate of participation in elections, which we are seeing with European parliamentary votes, then it evidently has an effect on the legitimacy of the institution and the legitimacy of its representative democracy. There is effectively an enormous distance between ordinary citizens and the European Union. It is, first of all, very difficult to understand. Even political scientists who study the European Union have a lot of trouble understanding the relationships between the European Council and the European Parliament, the relationship between José Manuel Barroso and Herman Van Rompuy. The voter turnout campaign has already cost 16 million euros, according to representatives of the European Parliament. More will be spent through the end of May. Some people say it's a waste of money. Meanwhile, the promotion posters fill the streets. The hope is that ordinary Europeans will take to heart the posters' message that only they can assure a better future for the EU.